Hello, Steve White's 89. Well, I finally saw the new animated Addams Family movie. I almost didn't see it. I saw the preview ages ago and thought it looked okay, but the more ads and previews I saw, I kind of thinking because it was animated, I assumed they were going to go for more the style of the original Charles Addams comics, just more um, modern and sophisticated in the actual technique, not the style so much. And I kept seeing the more and more ads and trailers, and it just started to look really who, Disney Pixar. It just looked like that, and I'm like, it looks like it's made for kids. It looks like it's made for Karens. I'm just like, ay. So I wasn't going to see it, and then I was looking for a movie on Boxing Day to watch, and it was the only thing I sort of wanted to see. And I thought, yeah, I'll go see that. And then on the morning, I'm like, I don't want to see it. It's just going to be for kids. It was on at 2 p.m. in the day, which is really early for me to go to a movie. And I thought, oh, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go. And then about 1:30, and it's a 25-minute walk to my local cinema if I don't get public transport or drive or anything. So I literally had to run to get there in time, but I had 20 minutes of preview, so I was fine. I had 10 minutes, blah, blah, blah. So I get there, I'm a sweaty mess. The cinema's reasonably full, half kids, half parents, And I chose to see it mostly because when I went and read through the cast, I saw Bette Midler was in it playing Grandmama, which I didn't realise. And Snoop Dogg was playing Cousin It, and I sort of thought, I kind of want to see that. So that was sort of why I decided to go. So I ran, I got there, I sat down, I watched it, and I was really surprised. It had a normal pace. It wasn't the ads came off as this frantic, frenetic ADHD sort of paced, sort of try hard, sort of comedy movie, and it really wasn't. It was just a normal movie. It was funny, it was clever, it had the Addams spirit and the Addams humor, but didn't go that dark. And there were some parts I really loved. Like I loved the start of the film where Morticia is getting ready for what we see is their wedding. She's putting her makeup on, and she's literally putting her makeup brush into her mother's ashes to do her um, um, eyes, and then she puts her brush into her father's ashes to do her blush. So she's basically just grey. Little things like that were just priceless. Basically, the story is it's a little bit originy, where they show Morticia and Gomez getting married, and a mob shows up, chases them out of town or out of the old country, which I don't think they actually state where the old country is, but they chase them out of the old country and they end up in New Jersey. I don't know how they came up with New Jersey. So apparently the Addams family lives in Jersey. And they just happened to run over Lurch, who's wandering around in a straitjacket, who escaped from an asylum apparently years ago because it's closed down and derelict now. And they decide to just take it over as a house, and it conveniently looks exactly like the Addams family house on the inside. I would have liked them to have had to do some renovations, because whoever did the decor for that asylum had some very homely gothic sort of tastes. So they take that over, and the best part about the house is haunted, and it keeps telling them to get out, just like the spirit in the Amityville Horror. And Morticia at some point tells the house basically it's just cranky because it hasn't had coffee yet. So she pours a pot of coffee into the toilet and flushes. There's so many little jokes like that and little things like that they really got the spirit of the show. Now I was really originally they were going to do a stop motion animation movie directed by Tim Burton, and I was so excited for that. Tim Burton doing the Addams family was like a dream come true, and he dropped out. Something, I don't know what happened, and then they just went with traditional 3D animation, which kind of looks like stop motion. And I was a little bit put off by the figures themselves. They look some of them look very stick figure-ish and very cartoony, and not like the Charles Addams cartoons, but I kind of got past it and it worked, and I'm really glad that I saw it. And what was the box office? My computer just switched off, of course, to make me look bad. The box office, I think it made 193 million, 97 domestic and 96 worldwide. It just opened in Australia over Christmas. I don't know if it's finished in all its areas, but I know we didn't get it. It didn't open here until just before Christmas. So I thought I'd missed it because I thought it was going to come out around Halloween. I was looking for it and it wasn't on. I thought it must have been on early in the day and I've missed it and now it's already gone. And then I saw they were releasing it here for Christmas. So because we don't often get a film release delayed like that, where it comes out in America and then a couple of months that it comes out here. Where I haven't seen anything like that for a long time. So I saw it. It was good. The story is fairly simple. Once they are in this house, basically it's up on a hill. It's surrounded by a bunch of swamps and fog, and basically they're hiding from the world because they've been discriminated against and chased out of their home, and they're hiding from the world. They raise their kids. This is 13 years later, and basically some scary Martha Stewart type crazy woman who is, of course, Miss Social Media and has her own show, basically buys the land, drains the swamp, which removes the fog and reveals the Addams house, and she basically creates a little town of McMansions called Assimilation, and that totally lampoon the cancel culture, and like she goes on her phone to get an insta mob to chase them, and it's really good. They she basically wants to run them out of the town because they're going to affect her being able to sell all her houses in her little town, and her daughter, who she neglects in favor of her own stardom, befriends Wednesday, and basically they win in the end. The Addams get to stay. The Addams show the town that you can be different, and that they're people, they're a family just like them, and they don't get totally eaten up by the whole assimilate attitude that everyone has to look the same, act the same, and that's how you fit into society, and how society works is that we're all the same. No, we're all different, we're all individuals, and there's a good point where the lady has hidden cameras in all the homes she's built, and the Addams see a lot of the people getting up to their sort of behind closed doors shenanigans, and they sort of out them for that, but it's in a way that they're saying, look, we're all freaks, we're all different, and it's got a great message of diversity, and not a lectury social justice warrior type. It comes across as just organic and real and relevant, and I'm surprised the film was as clever and deep and funny as it was. I thought it was just going to be an absolute mindless kids film that looked like a cartoon. But I really loved it. It was really good. I'm so glad, because I was afraid it was going to be bad, and I'm going to put it in my Addams Family collection along with the other films and the cartoons, and hopefully the 90s cartoon, which I'm hoping will eventually come on DVD, and the Saban or whatever it was TV series, which is actually on YouTube. I'm so happy to find out it's on YouTube. I think all 64 episodes I think are available, or they were last time I looked. So if you haven't seen that, go see that. Thanks for watching. I hope anyone who watched The Addams Family enjoyed it as much as me. And yeah, they're doing another film, I think 2021, so in a bit, around 2 years, I guess. I'm guessing it's going to come out at the same time, probably do another Halloween, Christmas sort of release, and I'm looking forward to it. And I want them to do another live action movie or series. I don't want this to stop it, but I'm kind of happy to have this in the meantime. So let's just hope we get a live action series as well, because animation is good, but live action for me is always the pinnacle. So feel free to like, share, comment. Comments are fun. Bye.